While the call to wake up is irritating, the call to prayer is holy. Welcome to section 16. No, before that, a point of correction of a silly mistake I made at the end of my last video. I said we had come to the end of section 15 of chapter 3 of the Holy Quran. Of course, it's not chapter 3, it's chapter 5, which was mentioned at the beginning of uh, uh, at the beginning of the video or of the episode. So let's call it a slip of tongue. Mm. Okay, let's go to section 16 now, which begins with 116. Quite coincidental, isn't it? Mm. As did I say coincidental? Oh my God, quite coincidental, isn't it? Mm. Okay, so let's go to section 16, which begins with 116, or which begins with 116. So section 16, beginning with section 116. Mm. What does it say? Well, it's okay. I think this is very important for Christians. Mm. So Christians should listen. The Yorubas will say, Shobo, do you hear? Okay, let's go. Is Kala Allah ya Isa ibn Maryam anta قلت للناس اتخذيني وأمي إلهين من دون الله. I think I have that in my skull. Mm. Okay. And behold, God will say, is Allah, Ya Isa ibn Maryam, oh, Jesus, son of Mary. Anta qulta linnas, did you say unto men, then into inverted commas, double inverted commas, so this is direct speech. This is supposed to be direct speech of Jesus to the people. Did you say unto men, take me and my mother for two gods besides God, beside Allah? Let me use Allah here. Did you say unto men, take me and my mother for two gods beside God? Anta qulta linnas ittakhuzuni wa ummi ilahina min dunillahi. And what will be the reply of Jesus? Kala, Subhanaka. Jesus answers, glory be to God. That's before the whole world. On Judgment Day, Jesus will say, humble himself. He will say for the whole world to hear, glory be to God. Subhanaka. Mm? Ma yakunu li. Uh, he will say, glory to thee, Subhanaka. Never could I say, ma yakunu li an akula ma laysa li bihaqqin. Never could I say what I had no right, into brackets, to say. So Jesus will say, Subhana, glory to be. I couldn't say what I have no right, into brackets, to say, what I have no right to say. And he adds, In kuntu kultuhu, fakat alimtahu. Then he adds, had I said such a thing, in kuntu kultuhu, fakat alamtuhu, thou wouldst indeed have known it. This Jesus, alayhi salam, humbling himself to the God of the world, God of the universe, God the Almighty. Thou wouldst indeed have known it if I had said such a thing. That's before all Christians and all Muslims and all Jews and all pagans, everybody on the day of judgment. Okay. إن قلت قلته فقد علمته تعلم ما في نفسي ولا أعلم ما في نفسك. I'm not reading. I'm remembering it from my school. Yes. Let's see. Yes, that's it. تعلم ما في نفسي ولا أعلم ما في نفسك. For thou knowest in full. No, no, no. Thou knowest what is in my heart. Nafsi. تعلم ما في نفسي. God knows what is in my heart, though I know not what is in thine. So Jesus is saying that God knows what is in his heart, he Jesus' heart, but he Jesus doesn't know what is in God's heart. Uh, though I know not what is in thine. Uh, oh, إنك أنت عليم إنك أنت علام الغيوب إنك أنت علام الغيوب. So after saying that, after saying, you know what is in my heart and I don't know what is in thine, he says on top of that, for thou knowest all in full, all that is hidden. And that is Jesus, alayhi salam, humbling himself before the whole world. Oh my God. And this is the Quran. It can't be found anywhere else. It can be found in any other revelation other than the Quran. The note to is 829. And it's against what is hidden. Allah Mulguyu, what is hidden. 829. Oh my God, what is falling down? Allah Mulguyu. 829. Jesus disclaims, okay, very good. Jesus disclaims here any knowledge of the sort of things that are attributed to him by those who take his name. Full stop. The worship of Mary, though repudiated by the Protestants, was widely spread in the earlier churches, both in the East and the West. Repudiated, what is repudiated? The worship of Virgin Mary. And that is note 829 to sign 116. Let's go to the next sign, which is 117. ما قلت لهم إلا ما أمرتني به. Never said I to them aught except what thou command me to say. Jesus didn't say anything except what God commanded him to say. ما قلت لهم to them لهم ما قلت لهم إلا ما أمرتني به, except what you God commanded me to say. And what did God command him to say? It's following. And what God commanded him to say is in ebudu Allah, in ebudu Allah, Rabbi wa Rabbakum. And this is what God commanded Jesus to say. He's repeating it on Judgment Day. To worship God, my Lord and your God, and my Lord and your Lord. So this is what Jesus told Christians, not Christians, everybody. Not just Christians, everybody. This is what Jesus told everybody. Worship God, my Lord and your Lord. وربكم your word. وكنت عليهم شهيدا ما دمت فيهم. وكنت عليهم no, كنت, sorry, كنت. It's not kunta. Kuntu I. Kunta means you. So, wa kuntu alayhim shahidan ma dumtu fihim. Jesus adds, uh, and I was a witness over them while I dwelt with them. So when Jesus was living as body and soul, in fact, he was body and soul. So when Jesus was living on soul, he was only a witness among men. This witnessing has come several times for all the prophets. So in this very instance, Jesus is no different from all the prophets. Of course, the difference is there elsewhere. Virgin Spirit Jesus is there, but here in this particular uh, message, Jesus is saying that he was only a witness while he was staying with people. Ma dumtu fihim kuntu alayhim shahidan. He was only a witness over them while he dwelt among them. Mm. Uh, Ma dumtu fihim. Yes, ma dumtu fihim. فلما توفتيني كنت أنت أركيب عليهم. When thou didst take me up, when thou didst, D-I-D-S-T, Old English, when thou didst take me up, thou was the watcher over them. So while Jesus was a witness amongst men, God the Almighty was a watchman. My old people used to say watchman. Now they call them security. Jesus was watchman over them. Oh, sorry, God was, pardon me, God was and is still watchman. Thou was a watcher, thou wast a watcher over them. Anta alayhim rakiban. Where is it? Yeah, anta arakiba alayhim. God is watcher over them. Wa anta ala kulli shay'in shahidun. And thou art, and thou art, A-R-T, and thou art a witness to all things. So you can see God is a watcher as well as witness. Muhammad, no, pardon me, Jesus was only a witness among men, but God is a watcher over all men, at the same time a witness. Two notes, 830 and 839. Let's go first to 830. What is it about? God, my Lord, and your Lord. Yes. Jesus is now testifying that God is his Lord. Jesus is Lord. And your Lord, the Lord of people, the Lord of Christians, the Lord of everybody. Let's go, 830. Compare 572. In other words, compare verse 72 because 5 is still this very chapter. Compare verse 72 and note 827. Let's go there first. I think we can do that. I think there is time to do that. 872. No, 782. See what the blunders that I usually cause. So viewers, pardon me whenever you get any blunder in my episodes. I hope you will correct them for me. 782. Note 782. Note 782. Note 782. These are Bible references. Compare 4. Matthew 4:10. Where Christ rebukes Satan for desiring the worship of other than God. Then John 20:17, where Christ says to Mary Magdalene, "Go unto my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father." This is wonderful. I don't know where my Christian brothers have put this statement. Hmm? Let me repeat that. Go unto my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father. So the ascending here doesn't mean after the crucifixion that he ascended. No, he ascended before the crucifixion. That's semicolon. Then, and, and to my God and your God, Rabbi wa Rabbakum. To my God and to your God, Rabbi wa Rabbakum. Into brackets. Compare also Luke 8:19. Here I'm sure of the Roman numerals, so I don't read them in numerals because X V I I means 8. So here also compare also Luke, that's in double inverted commas. Compare also Luke 8:18. Luke 18, not 8. Compare also Luke 18:19, where Christ rebukes certain ruler for calling him good master. Colon. Then double inverted commas again. Why callest thou me good? Why do you rulers call me good? A question. None is good save one. That is God. But here in it's not God that is written here, it is Allah. The interpreter doesn't use God here, it is Allah. Why callest thou me God? Why callest thou me good, not God? None is good save one. That is Allah. Double inverted commas closed. Then in Mark 7:25, Jesus says, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel. Hear, H-E-A-R. Shugbo. Hear, O Israel. The Lord our the Lord our God is one Lord. So you see, even Bible is testifying to that. Not surprising for some of us, because it only proves that the Bible is actually from God before the coming of the Quran. So, in other words, these are God's messages, not in the Quran, but in His earlier revelations. And it's clearly stated that they are in the same path. All the revelations are in the same path, in a line, one before the other, or one after the other after the one, one after the other after the one, and whatnot. Pardon me. All right. We've gone to the reference, and let's go back to the main note. We've done the comparison in the reference. So let's now go to note 831, to the same sign 117. Add a witness to all things, God being witness to all things. Apart from being watchful to all things, is so witness to all things. 831. Jesus here acknowledges that he is mortal and that his knowledge was limited, like that of a mortal. 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 Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 118. Oh my God, Jesus is still pleading to God, making himself humble to God, because he has no more power than anybody in the world, except that God addresses him directly before mankind. And let's listen to that. إن تعذبهم فإنهم عبادك. إن تعذبهم فإنهم ibaduka, not ibadaka, sorry. In tu'azibhum fa innahum ibaduka. In tu'azibhum fa innahum ibaduka. Mm. If thou doest punish them, they are thy servants, and not the servants of me, Jesus. He's proven further, that all the Christians are the servants of God and not his servants, not the servants of Jesus. Innahum ibaduka into azibuhum. If you punish them, they are your servants. You can punish them if they are because they are your servant. This is a very lowly state that Jesus has brought himself to God before mankind on Judgment Day. Into azibuhum fa innahum ibaduka. Wa in takfir lahum innaka anta azizul hakim. If thou doest forgive them in takfir lahum, thou art the exalted in power and wise. Innaka anta aziz, exalted in power, the wise. Innaka anta azizul hakim. Azizul hakim, not azizun. Innaka anta azizul al hakim. Thou art the exalted in power, the wise. Note 832, power and wise. God being powerful and wise. God who is only God who can exhibit power and who can exhibit wisdom. 832. A master can justly punish his servants for disobedience. Colon. No one can say him. No one can say him nay. No one can say him nay. No one can tell God, no, don't punish them. So he, Jesus, cannot intercede. This is my understanding of it. No one can say him nay, for he is high above all. So Jesus here is afraid to even intervene and say, oh, forgive them. No. He's powerless. If you punish them, they're your servants. If you forgive them, you are powerful. You are wise. And what do you think God will say? He's not telling him directly, please forgive them. No. He's humbled himself far below God. Into azibuhum innahum ibaduka. Wa in takfir lahum innaka anta azizul hakim. So, for he is high above all. Yes. Nay. Okay. But if he chooses to forgive, he in his wisdom sees things that we mortals cannot see. This is the limit of intercession that men of God can make on behalf of sinners. You can't go above that. You can't come and say, God, please forgive them. Who be you? Who be you? To say, oh God, please. No. You have to bring yourself down. All the messengers, none of them can intercede other than more than what Jesus is doing or further. Nobody, no messenger of God can intercede more than Jesus is doing here, or far above what Jesus is doing here. So we can say here that he's the best intercessor as far as this paragraph is concerned. This is the limit of intercession that men of God can make on behalf of sinners. Wonderful, beautiful, holy, and understandable. That's note 832 to sign 118. Let's go to the next sign, 119. قال الله هذا يوم ينفق قال الله هذا يوم ينفق as-sadikina sidquhum. God will say, this is a day on which the truthful will benefit from their truth. قال الله هذا يوم ينفق الصادقين صدقهم. لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها. Then God will again say after that, theirs are gardens, lahum, theirs are gardens with rivers flowing beneath. We've done that several times. Dash, their eternal home, halidina fiha abadan, their eternal home forever, abadan. Radiallahu anhum, waradu anhu. Radiallahu anhum, waradu anhu. God will be pleased with them. Radiallahu anhum. God will be pleased with them. And they with God. Wallahum anhu. Sorry, waradu anhu. Waradu anhu. Pardon me. Radiallahu anhum. Waradu anhu. God will be pleased with them, and they will be pleased with God. Waradu anhu. I'm losing my bearing again. Let's see. Radiallahu anhu. Waradu anhu. Yeah, that's it. Zalika fawzul azim. Zalika fawzul azimu. You can see Zalika fawzul azim. That is the mighty triumph. Fawzul, triumph. Azim, mighty. You see that the triumph in Arabic, on the Arabic side, triumph comes before the mighty. Fawzul, azim. In other words, it is triumph mighty. That's Arabic. Maybe in other languages too. But in English, it says, that is the mighty triumph. Into brackets, the fullest of all desires. The fullest of all desires is the desire of everybody, me, you, the listener, everybody on earth, anybody with wisdom and the fear of God, is to be admitted in the garden in heaven, with rivers flowing underneath. And let's see if there is a note to this. Yes, I think there is. Yes, there is a note to it. 119. Triumph is against triumph. 833. Foes. Triumph. Foes. It equals, the sign there is in the book. The mathematical sign equals 2 to 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. That sign is there. Foes equals felicity, comma, happiness, comma, achievement, comma, salvation, comma, the attainment or fulfillment of desires. Foes. People are called foza, foza or foes. There's a woman called foza. So if you are called foza, you are representing felicity, happiness, achievement, salvation, the attainment of fulfillment of desires. For women, they say foza. For men, they say fauz. Full stop. What a beautiful definition of salvation or the end of life. What a beautiful definition of salvation or the end of life. Exclamation mark. Then dash. That we win God's good pleasure. That we win God's good pleasure. And that we should reach the stage at which his good pleasure is all in all to us. All in all is hyphenated. All hyphenated, in hyphenated. Uh, yeah, all hyphenated and then in hyphenated. Mm. Uh, oh. And that we should reach the stage at which his good pleasure is all in all to us. And that is note 833 to Psalm 119. Let's go to the last sign, which is 120. Mm. Lillahi mulku samawati wal ardi wa ma fihinna. Lillahi mulku samawati wal ardi wa ma fihinna. Mm. To God doeth belong the dominion, mulk, the dominion of the heavens and the earth. Samawati wal ardi wa ma fihinna, and all that is therein. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And it is He who has power over all things. Mhm. He has power over all things. As I sit here, nobody has power over me. Nobody except God. You, the viewer, nobody has power over you. Be assured of that. Only God has power over you. He can annihilate all powers that are coming against you if He wills, according to His desire. Whether you are evil or not, He might save you for some purpose, for a period. So He has power over all things. And that is sign 120 to to section 16 of chapter 5 of the Holy Quran. We will stop here. When we come back in our next episode, God willing, we shall go to another chapter. And what is it? That is chapter 6. That is chapter 6. I'm glad God hasn't made me to sneeze, because my sneezing can be so loud. So when we come back, we shall go to, yes, chapter 6, which is Surah Al-An'am. Surah devoted to the cattle. Surah devoted to cattle. But before then, there is an appendix, and that is appendix number 2. So in our next video, we shall do the appendix. And if there is time, which I doubt there will be, it's quite lengthy. If there is time, we then go to chapter 6. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Au revoir. May God be with you all.